Hey, glad you can make it. Welcome to Fantasy Dad Pods, where dad bods are glorified and dad jokes are encouraged. I'm JT, accompanied by Sean. Sean, how we doing?
Oh, we doing good, doing good. We had some baseball updates from the oldest. I was texting you, but he was absolutely raking when the coach took the tee away and started throwing to kids. And he raked so hard that after the game, after practice, he approached me and he said, because it was kind of shocking because we talked about how he doesn't hit very well off the tee.
Right.
It was night and day. He was clearly the best. Wasn't even anyone in the ballpark. I mean, there were kids who they're whiffing 15 to 20 baseballs and they were having to make him run to first base. He's son's popping 18 to 20, clearing the pitch, clearing the coach on every single one. Boom, boom, boom. Not even his own bat because we forgot his bat because we were working on outside balls. So he just picked up a random bat and started raking. We also told him he's like, man, he just gets up there and swings from whatever side he wants. And so me and the coach talked about it. He's like, hey, we're just gonna let him switch hit, and whatever he wants to do when he gets up there, he's gonna just do it. We're working on a couple things with him, but yeah, he got up there and started cracking it. And so yeah, he talked. He's like, dude, what's I go, he's been that way since he was three. He just, he off the tee is not interested in him. He does not like putting it on the tee. He does not like doing that. He has never liked doing it. He always wants me to throw the ball since he was like three. He's like, throw me the ball. I'm like, okay. So I started last week throwing it overhand to him, and
Yeah.
so we're past underhand. We're already at overhand, and he's fives, and he's whatever side he wants. He goes lefty and righty still fully. So yeah, it was pretty impressive. Then the game rolled around. You were there, JT. I saw you because you're there every day. A crisp 84 degrees, which felt 95 degrees on that Saturday. It was awful because we were in the sun. So, but the he off the tee again didn't hit live, but he does this thing. I don't know if you've seen him where he like it's almost like he's making fun of the sprints where he's like perfect sprinters form where he's got his hands like and he'll do that like this, but he doesn't run at full speed. Every time he hits it, he's like he hits it and he's like, "Do I put the bat down?" Okay, and he kind of like runs it like 60% with perfect for like it's like he's mocking the running ability. I don't know what, but it's pretty hilarious to watch him because he got a big old helmet on. I think it's the helmet. I think he doesn't want to knock the helmet off because when he takes the helmet off and he's running everywhere else, he's like full speed. But it's the helmet, so he's keeps his head still and he does the arms, and so he's like. I'm like, and she's like, "Why does he run like that?" I'm like, "It's good form." Like honestly, like it is like the form I would teach even like middle schoolers, like a little bit high schoolers. You know, you want to get a little bit better form, but like where I'm starting and I'm starting around middle schoolers when I was teaching them to run, I'm like, that's exactly how I want to run, and he's five, so you know he's pretty good. He's
It's
like
like it's like anti bobblehead. Like keep your head
yeah.
still and then just put it.
Well,
Hey, it
that's what you're
works.
taught too. That's all extra momentum in sprinters, like or extra movement. That is wasted movement. Keep your head
Hmm.
straight, and he does it. He's like just like legs up, legs high, and his arms are like little knives, like he's got like there, boom, just like running down the line. And it's pretty funny because the helmet's really big on him, so he's like, I'm like, hey, he's got it, and
Yeah.
he's
So
a
for middle schoolers, they need like a big Darth helmet
there you go. It'll keep
to
their head
like
straight.
train. Yeah, there we
Yeah,
go.
actually, honestly, JT, I've never thought about it before, but that's actually a really good idea. But because it'll also strengthen the neck too, because you're flexing the neck when you run. But
And then
yeah,
you
that's actually
shock
a
the
really good
traps
idea.
to finish at the
You
end of
got to shock the
practice.
traps, but he's still a demon out there with going after baseballs. He's got two girls on his team that they don't play no games. There's one and she's got wheels, man. She doesn't trust anybody on the team, so she'll grab it and then run to the base. Like, and she got two outs in an inning one time. I was like, okay, like there's been three batters up and two of them are out, and this girl's like,
Yeah.
no, just like running it to first base. And so I'm like, hey, again, she books it. She is by far the fastest on the team. So she's like, got it. Fielding, gold glove pitcher, got it, and then just like runs to first. I did see a couple actually decent baseball plays in the field by the t-ball team, so that was pretty good. And then I did see one kid 360 no scope to third with no one there as he was shortstop, and it was the first batter of the inning, so that was also entertaining. I see why there's TikToks of just like t-ball, just recordings of just shots of kids playing t-ball because it's
Yeah.
hilarious and
Oh yeah.
it needs to be on ESPN because it's a good time. Because yeah, the kid was like, "Got it, it was a good play," and he's like mount up, just did like a yeah, like a what is it like 270 spin, and then just like hucked it towards third base, and no, it's supposed to go to first, but you know, like It's pretty cute. It's pretty
a
adorable. So
two
I
like a
really enjoy that.
270, but it's like a discus type
Kind
momentum
of. He
throw.
he like got it. He's facing the right direction, spins for no reason, chucks it to third. Like, and then comes like, okay, like we're out of the way. Like it was a decent
um,
toss too. It had some pep on it. So I was like, okay, there we go. So yeah,
Speaking of pep on it, so my coach pitch team, kids playing pitcher, ground ball straight to him, runners on first and second. So I'm just, he's like right there. I'm like, go three, get the lead runner, you know? So I'm saying three, 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 three from the outfield because we're out on the field.
yeah,
He turns to his left, so he has to go the 270. He doesn't go just
okay,
pivot 90. And he's an athlete. He's the kid that's like, he might just, if you chooses baseball or at least like keeps with it, he's athletic where I'm like, he could just be triple A next year because he's going to be
yeah,
9. But he has like ADD. And so he likes to play soccer and like he's at half the practices and I don't know if he's going to show up for the game. So anyway, as he's turning 270, he's got a good arm, right? He's a good athlete. Guns it to third base, 5 feet off the base, straight into the third base coach's crotch. Third base coach doubles over. I thought he was going to fall over.
oh,
He like literally just touches his toes. And and it was just like the classic, oh, the whole crowd just, I was like, oh. And yeah, so we gave him a moment to gather himself. So yeah, that was like,
straight to the crotch. He took a mountaintop to the mountaintop.
yeah, just, oh man, yeah. So he didn't go be third base coach for the rest of the game. I think he was like, I'm going to be dugout guy the rest.
I
You
sit
just
up
have a seat.
whatever juice box is there on the crotch, whatever's cold.
So that was pretty awful, but yeah. But otherwise, yeah, it's been fun. Our team's been going along. We only had a few at practice tonight, so we did some sliding drills.
There we
Um,
go.
so I don't know if you ever been like camping too often. You get in like a sleeping bag. And it's really slippy. We'll
Hmm.
try putting 2 sleeping bags on top of each other. I've kind of DIY dad. That's sliding drill practice. You
There you
just
go.
slide on top of the top sleeping bag, and and just, and so for these kids is like it's perfect. And I feel like that's the biggest thing that like I've kind of had a blind spot too because there's so many things to like teach. I kind of forget about the whole slide. I'm like, yeah, the kids will just like run and
Yeah.
gently sit onto the ground as they're running. But I was like, well, we only have a few of us, like, and I already brought it because I thought we were gonna have a full team, and kids kind of flaked at the last minute. But so got some of that, and then we got a fun one where I was just like, hit coach, or like okay. Side note: this year I have been hit by a ball, or yeah, whether it was hitting or thrown at, like 8 times as many times than usual. Usually it's like once or twice. I think I'm at like 9 and 10 already on the season, and
Oh,
we're only
geez.
two-thirds done. I've taken well, I took one hard off the shin. I still have a goose egg there. I don't know if it's going to go away. It's just maybe that's just petrified in there.
It's just you now.
I took one off the shoulder. I've taken, I don't know, a handful, 4 or 5 to the gut during a game. Like
Are,
through it, and it's like straight back. I can't get out of the way. It's like right at my belly button. There's no getting out of the way.
are you just Justin Long in that dodgeball montage where you're just taking dodgeballs everywhere? That's just JT this season.
Yes.
Like,
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And so, oh man, it's been brutal. I don't know what it is, but I've got a pretty good little team and they're just like hitting the heck out of me. I feel like if you come watch my game, I might just be pitching from behind the mound, like prone and
you
just hucking it.
You just gotta get more hardcore pull hitters. Like they're just trying to go opposite field up the middle too much. Just like, okay, guys, we're just gonna pull everything, pull
Oh,
it down the line.
I do have one kid. He is Latino Babe Ruth, reincarnated.
Well, okay.
He's 7, but he's like, I swear he's almost 5 foot 80 pounds. Like he is just a monster of a kid. And so the nickname on the team is Bambino.
There you go.
And he literally this perfectly encapsulates. So this is one at bat out of the most recent game, but it perfectly encapsulates like what he's about. Throw him high and in, turns on it, 3 feet foul, but it's like 100 feet. Like it is. I mean,
Oh,
the
okay.
base paths are
Yeah.
45 feet. It is
Yeah.
like 90 to 100 feet, but like just a little bit foul. And so I'm thinking, okay, he kind of, I was like, I need to just put it middle, or I keep it elevated for him because he can hit it deep. And in coach pitch, I kind of talk with the coaches. I'm like, my kids are going to go for 2 if they hit it into the outfield. Like, we're not going to run on an overthrow or a bad throw, but
Yeah.
I tell my kids, like, be aggressive. And if you hit it, you earn it, then like try. And I figure like it's win-win fair because sometimes they get thrown out at second when they had no business going for it, but that's how you learn. And then so the next pitch, I throw it kind of outside because I was trying to go middle. And he foul ball down the right field line, elevated, and gave like basically what would be a souvenir. And then foul ball pop up back, and then
is he working the pitch count?
Yeah, and then I go middle, but it drops low. It kind of threw a change on it accidentally, and he one hops right past my ear hole, and I like barely got out of the way, and like that's what it like. I fear for my well-being with like 3 or 4 of those.
You got a little Prince Fielder there?
Yeah. They're
Is
actually
he a lefty?
No. He's
okay.
There is a little Prince Fielder on a AAA team though that my oldest plays against.
Oh, okay.
He's the coach's son. He's lefty thrower, lefty hitter, and he is short and squatty, all but no body. You know, he's just round.
There you go. Mo Vaughn style. There we go.
yeah. So anyway, it's all fun. It's all good. But man, I'll take the 84 and kind of like, wow, this is really, because all of a sudden it's just crummy, rainy. It's like 70. It's like
we haven't hit 70 in a couple of days. Actually, we're in the 60s for some reason.
Right?
I don't know what's going on, man. But
put a dampener on things.
Yeah. Clouds hasn't rained yet, thankfully, but it's supposed to rain this Saturday, of course, when we're all playing baseball games.
Yeah.
But we don't have a retractable dome. Get on it, West Richland. I know your wife's killing it at the concessions. How close are we to retractable roofs? Pretty close?
I would say so.
We're selling slushies, not espressos, so I think we're close.
Month of April was 33% profit margin, so I mean, that's some pretty good dough coming.
That's money in the bank, I think.
Do we need a dome or do we need lights? We gotta kind of.
If you do retractable roofs,
it's lit.
You can have them attached underneath.
There you go.
There you go. And then you could have it in between field. What is it? 3 and 2. So one could be retracted and not. So at the very least, you could have like one field always uncovered and covered. There you go. 2 birds, 1 stone, right there, if you will.
Right.
I like that.
I was gonna say, speaking of cloud coverage and 2 things, we're gonna go to the Twin Cities.
Don't do it.
They've got a cloud over the organization. Well, we talk about it all the time. They're just always injury prone, more so than usual. But when you're one injury prone guy and your other injury prone guy run into each other at like at least 3/4 speed, and I thought they avoided it, and then right at the last second, one dips and the other doesn't dodge, and they dip right into each other. So Correa he zigged when he should have zagged, and Buxton came in full head of steam and took him out and himself by proxy. But
concussion protocol.
Both players removed from the game immediately. Was that what it was?
Yeah. And Harrison Bader must have seen it, and he hurt his finger. So he also was like, "I'm out." He's like, I reverberated the impact, and I got my finger hurt, so I'm done." Yeah. Man, Twins, they're so hot right now too. They're just my Twins early season pick of winning the division was looking so good recently, and then they're just like, we're all flavor blasted.
But I mean, it's it is the Twins' way because they just got Royce Lewis back, so someone has
Yeah,
to.
it's equilibrium. It's the Thanos. It's if one, you gotta find equilibrium. Someone's got to go down if someone gets called up. They can't be healthy.
I like
That's how it is.
I like how you go Thanos. I immediately was like Aztec. We gotta sacrifice somebody back to the IL. Like
Well,
it's
I mean, Thanos was sacrificing people, I guess you could say in a way. So yeah,
yeah,
we both
yeah.
got there in the end. Um,
Um, can we go positive note? I know we usually don't touch on it, but I think Spencer Strider's supposed to return next week.
and Acuna's rehabbing. So like, yeah,
Not only rehabbing, but his first game hits a dinger. I think
yeah.
rehab's over. Let's bring him up.
Let's bring him up. Let's do
I'm
it.
tired of sitting on my L from the draft. I know it was a strategy. I got him at a good discount, but
It's looking pretty nice. Pretty nice. Speaking of like sacrificing yourself, I'm scrolling here, JT, and it's like half Dodgers. So we'll only touch on the ones that are like new because
but
like obviously there's a lot of progression made by other people, and it's like all pitchers.
the
Ricky
funny thing
Sasaki.
is, I would say just the funny thing is it's by plan. We say it.
Yeah.
It's
Oh
almost
yeah.
kind of like, oh, like Twins have bad luck. No, the Dodgers are planning this. Like it's so weird to have that perception, but it really is.
They clearly did. I mean, they clearly did have this going into it. Like they're just like, they're like, we're playing the laws of averages. Not 17 pitchers can be hurt. If we sign 16 guys, 5 will be healthy at some point. let's just do that. So it's Ricky Sasaki, latest one, right shoulder impingement.
Yeah.
Again, I've been watching a lot of the pit recently. I'm basically a doctor at this point. But I don't know what that means. So for long term, but good news is Kershaw, Trinan, Snell, Glasnow, and Kopech all throwing. So someone will be getting healthy at some point. So that wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's almost a full rotation. And Blake Trinan is throwing as well. So I know Kopech is is also a relief pitcher, but has been a starter in the past. So I'm counting it for this thing. So
in real life, it's kind of a bummer. Kershaw getting activated meant that Barnes got cut from the 40-man, like his long time, pretty much personal catcher.
Yep.
So
the relationship between star pitchers and catchers, they've been kept on teams for so long, and it's just like, no, like you can't touch them.
Yeah.
I guess if it's Prime Felix or Prime Kershaw, I guess you just say yes, sir. Yeah, you do whatever it takes. If you're gonna have a 1.8 ERA and win an MVP, Kershaw, you can have whatever catcher you want.
Right.
It doesn't matter if our 9 holes in a black. At the time, he was when they were doing that, he had to hit. So our 8 hole is a black cloud. If you're giving up 1 run every 8 innings, I guess it doesn't really matter. So
say less.
Yep, exactly. But
positive news at Darvish, they were like, oh yeah, he's gonna do rehab assignment. And you're like, oh okay, at least we know a time frame. I've had Darvish on a 15-team league. I'm like, there's been zero news, but he hasn't. It's like he's been super present. He travels with the team. He's been with it, and so it was like, this is kind of different than usual. Then all of a sudden they're like, yeah, rehab assignment. And he goes 4 innings right off the get go, and so everyone's thinking, oh, maybe we'll see him by the end of May, back up in the big league. So be on the lookout.
Yeah. Let's see here. A lot of Astros coming back. Bryce Miller, 15-day IL.
You kind of called it. Not that it was going to be elbow inflammation, but
I think it's just a general, like, he's had some issues compensating. So I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago, like back issues, and we're like, look, I think he's toughened through it till these other 2 guys can get back, and they're starting to throw. So should be back soon, Gilbert and Kirby. And I'm like, I think he just stuck it out as long as he could for those guys till they come back. And it sounds like Kirby should be here next week. So he did his job. He made it. Tanner Houck, 15-day IL, right flexor pronator strain. Ugh.
Just kind of one of the, like, similar but different than Miller. Miller's just like, thank you for sticking it out.
Yeah.
How they were like, we might skip it in the rotation. You're like, oh wait, what? Your elbow has 15. He's on the 15-day IL. Everybody, he bumped his elbow on the funny bone.
The thing.
Ism, and Yeah, well, I know super specifically to see the stat on him. No one in history has ever duplicated 2 1/3 innings on 11 hits, 10 earned, blah blah blah. And it was like he's done it twice this year, and no other person has put those exact stats in a start together, and he's done it twice, like within a month.
Only baseball, right? You only find those things in baseball. You're like, on a Tuesday, he's looked at the sun,
Right? Yeah,
and then
but
360 no scoped a strikeout. I don't know. Like,
yeah, it's not been good. I mean, it's kind of what I mean. He started off so strong last year, and then he really
yeah,
faded in the second half, and then it's just he lives on that slider, and if it's just not as crisp, everything else
it
just
the
looks
slider's not sliding. It ain't
yeah,
working.
yeah.
Ben Joyce, season-ending surgery. He throws too hard, man. Just throws too hard.
No way, really?
Man,
Oh my
Corey Seager,
gosh.
10-day out, right hamstring. There it is. There's his injury. Can't stay healthy. That man, unfortunately. Just trying to think of anybody else that's really fantasy related. Was just placed on IL. I don't. Oh, Ian Happ.
Yes, Hap.
Yep, right there, snuck
That's
in.
another oblique. I mean, I feel like the obliques are really, at least for hitters, are leading the way for the IL reason so far this year.
Yeah,
So many obliques.
yeah. I don't know. Don't know what's the cause. Got to hit some obliques. Got to hit the obs.
I'm going to just put it delicately. Oswaldo Cabrera, thoughts and prayers. That was pretty gruesome.
Yeah, that was rough. That was rough. Anytime a cart is out on the field, yeah,
And non-collision, like he just
yeah,
completely changed direction and all of his body
sliding
went.
sliding home. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
untouched, sliding home. Yeah, not good. Not good. Don't have official word yet on the length or anything like that, but
yeah, ankle
it
fracture, but yeah, it's
it
so
looks end of season. I mean, it looked end of season when they brought out the cart, so
yeah.
uh, probably just knew that was coming. Let's do better news. Let's do some WPDI. Let's do that.
All right, let's get it. Who do you
Got
think
to.
is leading the way? Did you open it yet?
I did open it,
Oh,
and I was
okay.
gonna say this is wrong. Your math is stupid, JT.
Yeah,
There's
I
no way Gleyber Torres is
copy
leading the way.
pasted wrong. Oopsie. Yeah, what's
Man,
the deal?
I mean, you
What's
tell me.
going on?
What do you think? What do you think's going on here?
He's not striking out.
He's
I
not
mean,
looking that much either, though. Like,
right, but when you're doing high single digits for both, like,
it's true.
obviously you're
It's true.
probably making a ton of good contact. Let's see what's that say.
He's in
So,
Stephen Kwan territory here in strikeout percentage.
right, his out of zone swing and miss is under 3%. I mean, that's a good
Yeah.
one to be at. I mean, that's usually the standard if you're going to be at the top of this plate discipline metric, but yeah, in his O swing, he's not swinging it much outside, only 22% of the time. So I mean, like he's staying disciplined, and when it's in the zone, he's making the most of it.
Yeah. No,
It's
it's
simple, but it's formula for success.
he's up here with Kyle Tucker and Juan Soto. It's pretty above them. So PG, pretty good. Pretty good. We talked about did we talk about Alex Bohm getting dropped the other day? Like a couple weeks ago? At least
Hmm.
I did. He's up here. What is he? Eighth on this list right now? Just maybe it's a little too early. No, I don't think so. But still, good to see him up on this list.
Yeah, I mean, this is literally just plate discipline. It's making good decisions.
Yeah.
Um,
He's only walking 4% of the time. So, just
yeah, so this is
yeah.
nothing to doesn't and making contact. It's not describing the quality, obviously, for
Yep.
Alcbaum and amongst others. Like Xavier Edwards is up here. He's de-Gordoning the crap out of it. It's a great reference because they're both Miami guys. It's just like
Yep.
we are just trying to get on base to first primarily so we can steal second. So everyone has their own approach to this, but yeah.
Yes. Yes. Good to see some JP Crawford up here. Wyatt Langford, who I've been hard on in the past.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't think he's been that good, but he's been he's been the one that's been good this year for the Rangers. You're right. He's been like the guy. So it's good to see those two. Nico Horner making at least smart decisions, but again, walking 4% of the time. I need you to get on first base, buddy. It's what I really need from you.
Did you like his well, it's not like a no look, but he like wasn't paying attention to the play to score the game winning run the other day so Justin Turner hits a soft line drive to left field and Nico Horner scored from second to home. As he's rounding third, he's not looking at like the base coach or home plate or looking at the play would be behind him. So he's looking at the dugout and he's just running. And it's like he has this like kind of squints in the sandlot right before he's about to put a smooch on her, right? It's just that like, check this out, guys. Like I'm gonna score the game winning.
I think it's gotta be one of those where he like in his head was like, if it's going here, I'm going no matter what. Basically, like just send it. Like I'm fast enough, make him make the throw. Like
at that point he was like, it's a formality. I just need to touch it. Like it was the play was over as he's rounding third, and he's just kind of got this coy like, yep, we just won.
Yeah,
and it was just kind of I don't know, it was kind of fun. It was kind of like it's a game. Like you just kind of enjoyed it with him right there in that moment.
Man, up here, 36th player. I see Brian Hayes, and it just makes me sad. Just makes me sad. What could have been, what should have been. I feel like
him and Alec Baum. They each got a little oar in that rowboat, and they're just like
Joey Bart's like right down here too. Like what could have, should have been, but as quietly. We talk about Will Smith kind of like killing it right now. What's he hitting, like 3 something? Let me double check here. Dang it, I lost it. 324 on the season. I was like, has a 900 OPS as catcher. He's not like, it's crazy. Like he has 111 at bats, like a lot of at bats.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he has 21 RBIs, which isn't nothing to scoff at, but it's not crazy. I'm like, are you like the one guy who's getting hits? It's just like no one's scoring. Will Smith, like what's happening? How do you do 321, have an on base of 435, and just no one's scoring or getting you in? Like you're like, I think that's got to be luck. Like you keep putting that up in that lineup, things will happen, right? Like you start scoring more runs, right? Like more guys will come.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I was like, man, why is no one talking about this? I'm like, he only has 20 RBI. He only has 3 home runs, like 14 runs. Like none of them are bad, but none of them are like, you know what I mean? Like they're all like 15th to like 20th, each category. Only 3 home runs. I'm like, man, he's 111 at bats is nothing to scoff at. You know what I mean? Like Logan Hoppy has the second most home runs, and they'll get 125. They basically have the same number. It's just like. He's like, I'm just being smooth sailing, boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, that's what I would love as a catcher. It's not automatic out. Obviously, he's killing it. But I'm just like, man, nothing's happening for you when you get a hit. Like, what I'm saying is, he's 23 walks, JT, this season. Like, he's getting on base. Like, the man is just 28 strikeouts, 23 walks. Like, it is a good season, man. Like, just he's not doing anything special, like counting stats wise.
It's a weird dynamic there for the Dodgers because when you look at like his catching metrics, like it's not great. He's in the bottom.
He's getting up there, yeah.
His framing and his blocking, like it's I don't know. It's just weird because they have one of the all-time DHs who's going to be pitching at some point later this year.
Yeah.
But they're bringing up their top prospect, Rushing, who's a catcher, and I know he's just going to kind of mix it in there and spell the days off. But like, I'm interested to see how it all works out.
See, that's the problem with the Dodgers. Like, I'm just like, just have him play first. I'm like, it's Freddie effing Freeman. Like, what? He's an MVP. Like. What do you do? Like, Will Smith, we just talked about it, is hitting 330 in today's baseball with a 430 on base percentage. And they're just like, what? They're like, we don't really have anywhere for this guy to play. I'm like, he's hitting 330 as a catcher, guys. Like, there's a 900 OPS as a catcher. And the Dodgers like, What it must be to be the Dodgers, huh? What it must be. Out of like qualified catchers, aka like more than 80 at bats, there are 2 catchers who lead the league in OPS. Who are they, JT? They're the exact same. I guess they're tied. They're the exact same OPS. One is Will Smith, who's the other. Both 921 OPS or 12 OPS.
For only catchers?
Only catchers. Or catcher eligible players.
Oh, well, the only other person I guess would be Cal Raleigh.
Exactly. It's Cal Raleigh and Will Smith. So everyone's like talking about like Cal Raleigh leads the league in home runs. I'm like, him and Will Smith have the same OPS. Exactly. Like, not good enough.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't blame you, but like, yeah, 13 home runs versus 3. But one guy's like, I will never strike out. Like, Smith's just like, I don't do it. I'm like, okay.
Right.
But I just saw that on here, and he's like, it backs it up. He is so high up on this list because he's like, I'm going to walk. I'm not going to strike out. In relative to today's game. So it's just like, he's a 20% K rate, but a 16% walk rate. He's just like, here we go.
Does that mean the Dodgers are most, like, not most benefited by, but would be benefited by electronic, like, strike zone? In terms of, like, his framing is horrible. So if that comes about, then...
And that team is known, like, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman are known as, like, having a good eye at the plate, too. So I think it would help mitigate Will Smith's defense and help the batters they have or who notoriously have good eyes. It would really probably help the Dodgers quite a bit. Which, like, of course, the Dodgers need more help.
Yeah, and then at that point, they just have an extra DH behind the plate, Will Smith. Like, that's not fair.
It's just another DH. He's like, I don't need to do anything other than catch the ball you throw. Cy Young winner and Cy Young winner and Cy Young winner. If
our first DH is actually our pitcher up there on the mound. You're like,
yeah, that guy.
What is happening?
Who just went 50-50. It's cool. Yeah, it's cool. Don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. But yeah. I had to bring up Will Smith because I knew that I saw it the other day. I was like, he's doing what? And just like no one is saying a word. Just like, but he just doesn't have stats to back it up because what you'd think he plays for the Dodgers. You think anytime he touched the ball, he's getting a double or scoring a run or doing anything. But no, he's been unlucky. So obviously, I don't know if the 900 OPS will continue. Don't think it will, but I think he will start knocking in and getting knocked in more. So it's fine. It's fine. He'll be all right. Let's see.
For the negative, the plate discipline.
Yeah, let's go down here.
P. Crow Armstrong down in the bottom 4 seems kind of surprising to me for as much as success he's had. I guess he's striking out. I don't know, quite a bit compared to how much he's walking. But I think it's honestly his striking out. It's okay. It's just he's not doing the stuff probably outside. Yeah, I was gonna say outside the zone because the opportunity for the walks is it's like he's punishing himself. He's not.
Yeah, he's not taking the walk. Yeah,
I wouldn't say he's lucky or unlucky. He's just his outside the zone is blue. So yeah, he's just not being smart. He's being maybe probably too aggressive.
Yeah, he's being really aggressive. But I mean, I guess if you hit dingers when you do swing, I mean, things happen when he hits the ball or he swings or when he hits next contact. So I guess,
he's one of those people where I'm like, I wonder what he's like off the field in real life because he has this weird kind of like what is he, Gen X, Gen Z kind of vibe to him where I'm like, I can't put my finger on what his vibe is about.
He's the guy famously in the minors who got thrown at twice by the opposing team. Did you see that? Back-to-back pitches they threw behind him basically near his head.
Yeah.
And then the third pitch he took it deep and let him know about it.
Mm-hmm.
And the announcer's like, it would be funny if he took it deep and then did on the pitch. And then let them know. Yeah, they threw at him twice and missed, and he's like, send it over the right field fence. Like, what's up?
Yeah. Without doing my research, I feel like his vibe is like he's big into like anime or like some weird nerdy like Magic the Gathering kind of card game vibe.
Do you know who's into anime? Sorry, sidetrack. Leonard Williams of the Seattle Seahawks.
There you go.
He had a thing on the Seahawks and he posted it, and he's got some very expensive cards. And they're like Pokemon cards as well. Like he's into card collecting, which Cassius Marsh, old Seahawk, runs
Yes.
a comic book card shop in the Seattle area. They need to. Why have they not like had a collab at this point? But anyways, yeah.
Oh
Uh,
yeah. I've been getting more into the watching some of those card collector
yeah.
um YouTubes and Coop's collection. Have you heard of that guy?
No.
He's kind of like Virginia based, but he has a really like devout following. Like he seems like a really good guy, and I think he just had at least his first, maybe his first kid. They
Get
just
him
had
on the pod.
him and
No.
his wife had a baby, but he's so good with the kids who are just like starting or just trying to
Yes,
figure out
that's what
how
I was
to
gonna say. But be
trade.
careful because I don't want to support the guys who hoard all the cards from kids and all that stuff. Because that's kind of what it's all
No,
about. Yeah.
his stream, so he live streams like I think probably like Twitch or something when he's at a show, and the devout following. It's just like this kid comes up and he's talking, and maybe the kid's like a little bit shy, but yeah, I'm just getting into it. What's your favorite? And they're like talking, and then someone in the chat would be like, donate $10, like give the kid his favorite card, and he's like, oh, one of my followers just wanted to give you a card, so here, pick your favorite out of this, and then he'll go, and there are people that donate a bunch of cards, even like slabs and stuff like that.
Oh,
So
okay.
by when it's all said and done, the kid's walking away with like 3 slabs and like 3 other like loose cards, and they didn't pay a thing, and they're just like, oh my gosh, they're just like they're so lit up, and it seems like a really cool thing. So I was just like, yeah, that's how you get started. That's how
Yeah.
you
Yep.
know, it's almost kind of like that thought of like for like sports, like kids up until like age 12 should just be free for any
Yeah.
sport. You just
Yep.
walk in, they're free, no ticket
I mean,
needed.
return on investment. If you let a kid into a ballpark for free and let the parents get you in for free, you're creating a fan for life and long-term investment that makes a lot of sense, guys. Like just baseball. Why are you so allergic to money and people watching your sport? I'm just saying it. I'm gonna say it out loud again. Like, why do you hate people like baseball?
One
Like,
one
my gosh,
step
I want to.
closer.
I At least the Mariners have done their own streaming service, and I'll do that and I'll pay for it. Thank you for that. But
Yes.
baseball, MLB, buy all packages, put on MLB TV, stop blackouts like the NFL, and just do the thing. I
Yep.
want to watch baseball. I want to watch other people. Make it easy for me to watch it, and I'll give you more money. Just let me do it. Let me give you money. Okay, that was it. I had to just say it.
There you go.
Baseball, stop it. Trying to see who. They really kind of just the top. I feel like the top of the list is really surprising. The bottom of the list, it makes more sense. I feel like that's the part. It's just like these are the free swingers, and it really makes sense. You nailed PSA, and I was like, that's the one that was probably most surprising, just based off results, not seeing what
Right.
it is there. Julio Rodriguez is climbing up again, getting a little bit hotter, and that makes sense. Whether he always heats up, he's a slow starter. He's starting to climb up this list a little bit, not in the great area yet, but he has undoubtedly got hotter and hotter. So he'll continue to climb. He's never. I think you brought this point up. He's probably not ever going to be like a great zone guy, but the results will start coming. And with the results coming, you can only be so low on this list and just be like amazing in the field. You're gonna unless like the rare anomaly. So really down here, it's kind of hard to be bad or really really good at baseball if you're this far down here. So I think he'll climb up a little bit, but we do see some Bryce Harper down here. I hear that guy has hit a home run or two in his time. Corbin Carroll's down here at 134, and he is killing everything.
I've got a scouting report. I did
Uh-oh.
some research on Bryce Harper.
And
I don't think he liked his own plate discipline. I feel like he still feels like he can get a little bit more out of this. And he buzzed his hair. Buzzed it.
Okay.
So he got fresh new haircut. Those locks were getting in the way of him seeing the ball properly at the plate, is what I am observing. So
Okay.
watch out. Harper on a tear. And as May comes, we're halfway through May already. So I'm going to call it. It's a haircut.
Okay.
It's all business now. There's no party.
There's no party anymore. Okay.
No, only in the outfield wherever he hits the ball. There's going to be a party because like that, wherever the ball hits, that guy likes to party, and then and then that girl likes to party. Just wherever the ball lands.
Kevin likes to party.
Outfield.
I get it. Well, let's go to some let's go. You just disappeared for a second. Let's go to some ads because JT, I got someone to talk about. Oh, it's a good thing. It's an ad.
Is it a rookie?
No, I'm just gonna say it.
call-up?
Trent Grisham was an absolute terror all week against the Mariners, and it was like hard contact, and it was dead center field. I mean, it's a small sample size. We've been watching for a while. We talked about him last week, but like, and I don't know if 1,000 OPS is gonna be legitimate, but it is just hard contact. He has seen the ball really well. He's 48% rostered still, and I'm just, it's gotta be higher, guys. Like. He is at least all weekend. He was hitting the ball real hard, all over the place to dead center field. Like he probably had 2 balls that he had Julio rob him, and he had 2 balls that were like really cllose, like off the wall. I'm like, if he's anywhere else in the ballpark, he's got like 3 more home runs or 2 more, at least 2 more home runs over just that 3-game series. So it's got to be more than sub 50%, guys. Like it really, really has to. That's the one that stands out the most to me that I'm seeing right now, at least on the hitter side, because I'm sorting by hitters first. But it's just
it's crazy. I don't know where this is coming from, but it's all legit. It's all earned.
We're in the middle of May. Like at a certain point,
it's gotta be the mustache, right? I mean, that's the
gotta
only
be.
thing that makes
They got
sense.
rid of their facial hair stuff. Is that what it is? Trent Grisham felt free to be himself a little bit.
For Devin Williams.
Well, it doesn't work for everybody.
Forget he's a Yankee.
People do. But yeah, like we're in the middle of May, and it's just like they're leading him off, and they're making him play every day in front of this Aaron Judge guy. I'm here hitting in front of Aaron Judge or around Aaron Judge is good for stats. And the Mariners are pumping in fastballs, and he was like, "I see it, and I'm going to hit it."
Yeah, and like it's weird. Ben Rice and Goldschmidt and Grisham. It's just like this weird Judge Ian vortex.
Yeah, but Trent Grisham is my guy. Needs to be probably in the 80s, like because like you said, it's we're in the middle of May. I mean, I know we're not like super like, but we're in a good chunk of the season now. And if you have 1,000 OPS, good chunk of the season. I mean, he's like what tied for? Let me do some quick math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tied for 6th in baseball in home runs. Okay, it's time to probably pull the trigger. 6 home runs in the middle of May, 1,000 OPS. You're talking the 40% rostered. Yeah, what are we doing? Let's go. We just talked about PSA, and he's 94% rostered next to him. And just Trent Grisham. I mean, obviously, batting leadoff isn't going to have as many RBIs and runs, but better on base by 60%, better average in a league, higher slug, like more walks, strikeouts in half. What are we doing? Let's go.
Not to call you out, but you're getting mixed up. PCA is Peak Pro Arms.
What am I saying? PAC?
No, PSA is the grading on the trading cards.
Trading cards. Did I throw an S instead of a C?
Yeah. Uh-oh. So, but either way, it's those cards. Sorry.
JT's. Are you gonna start collecting? Is that what you're telling me?
That's just not my. That's just not me. I don't think I could really get into it, but I appreciate it. Like it's kind of cool to just know about it, but I don't think I would ever be my hobby. I don't know.
Yeah, I get you. I feel you. Who are you looking at, JT? Who's striking your fancy?
Well,
or unfancy if you want to get not fancy with it.
First, I'll go with the dad joke.
Okay.
Whenever a league mate wants to drop Spencer Schwellenbach to the waivers, I'll pick him up. I'll pick him up for 15% of my fab. No problem. Thank you very much. I'll take a top 20 pitcher.
Is this the same league as who was it that got dropped? The hitter that got dropped?
No, different league.
Different league. Okay, well, okay. I was like, dude, you're just hoarding all of the players. Okay.
Right. So anyway, that was the fun, like, so that was last night, kind of checking the free agents and looking around, and then I hardly ever filter by roster percentage, right? I'm looking for production and stat. And then
I don't care about the roster percentage. I'm looking at players.
Yeah. And then, but I was in like, I'm kind of in an IL jam, and I'm like, okay, well, who's like getting, innings or at bats. Someone who's playing a lot, probably roster percentage would kind of tell me that. I hit it and I go, why is Schwellenbach right? What is Hold on. I'm like, he just got dropped
Did
Monday.
he hurt? What's happening? Like, did
Well,
I
I was
not
like,
see it?
why is he a free agent? Yeah, and he
Yeah.
just got dropped on an ad over the weekend, and this is the next time it run. And I was like, oh, I got to get on this. So anyway,
Yeah, I always
do
think
your
like
homework.
I always had a horrible doubt. I'm like, did he get hurt? And I'm like 2 weeks behind. I'm like, what's happening?
Right. Oh man. So anyway, other than that, let's see here.
I'm looking.
I finally dropped Carlos Correa and I picked up Mason Wynn.
How do you feel?
I feel better about it, and ironically, maybe I put the hex because that was yesterday, and now today Correa goes to the. Is he the one with the
Yep,
concussion protocol, or are they both?
both are Bucks and Correa.
So yeah, but no, it was time. All his like, what would you call it? His metrics, the ratios, they're all great, but when you're not producing, I mean, it's good.
Yeah.
It's
well, like you said with WPDI, it could be great, but if when you make the contact, it's not doing something. Yeah, the stats do have to be there in the long run.
Yeah, at the end of the day, fantasy is played on how many runs, how many home runs, it's just counting stats. So, yeah.
Yep. At the end of the day, that's what we're trying to get the most predictive stats. And like you can put up WPDI and all those like savant pages and they're all red. But at the end of the day, if the stats aren't there, it's not going to help you what you think is going to happen in the future. At a certain point, it could be all red all you want, but if you're just not getting the RBIs, it doesn't really matter. You can hope and you can say it's getting unlucky and unlucky, but people get unlucky for a long time. I'll say Kyle Stowers of Miami. I see you.
Right.
41% rostered. It's going outfielders today, but and I'm gonna say Kyle Manzardo. Who, JT?
Go Cougs.
There we go. Savannah Banana too, right? Wasn't he a banana? Am I getting that confused?
I don't recall. I don't.
Anyways, okay, but I knew he was Coug, but I didn't know. I thought someone said someone was a banana, and I thought it was Kyle Manzardo, but I didn't know. But those two, maybe rostered or more. Kyle Manzardo, first base, 20% rostered, 820 OPS with 10 dingers. The batting average is a little rough, 212, but you get double-digit home runs. I know you play only first base, but you have 800 OPS at 20%. I'm not saying, again, we're talking 80%. You're not talking Freddie Freeman or Spencer Torkelson, who's back levels, but 20%. You have 800 OPS, and you got 25 RBIs already this season and 10 home runs. You need to be rostered more than that. 500 slug. You need to be rostered more than that. Kyle Stowers, 950 OPS, 40% rostered. Come on, let's get it. 380 on base. Let's do the thing.
I'll keep it the outfield. Eli White, that leadoff here and there in Atlanta. Yeah, I picked him up 15 team league. I was like, you know what, enough's enough. I keep seeing this. I mean, he's producing a lot of runs. I mean, he's at the top of the lineup. It's like he's sponsored by Taco Bell or something. It's just runs.
Got the runs,
So chip in a couple stolen bases, but I mean, he's getting on base, and in a super deep 15-team league, when I need to go to my. I've got so many guys on the IL. So Hap just did the IL along with Ben Lively and Ian Happ. And I was just like, oh man. And it put me with Ian Happ, it put me a super crunch at outfield. And so I was just like, Eli White, let's try to get him.
Get it.
So yeah.
Hey, I want to shout out. I smashed the like button on Mason Wynn a season too early because JT, I am liking what you picked up.
Well, and I think you were early, like, hey, that kid just played a really solid rookie season, and it doesn't look like anything special. But when you put it in the right context, like really think about it, I liked your perspective. And he got to a rough start. He's a little bit dinged up on top of that, so it's tough when you get off to a slow start and you're not fully healthy. And then they finally put him on the IL, and he's back, and he's at the top of the lineup, and it's just like, it's all upside from here. So
44% roster,
sure.
but yeah, he's been hot recently. So yeah, he's my Volpe. Got him and Volpe. Like, I like what they did for their age. So
Oh, absolutely.
everyone
Yeah.
expects them to be Juan Soto at 19. And I'm like, guys, like Juan Soto's Juan Soto. He got paid a lot of money. There's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be one Juan Soto. Appreciate the Juan Soto. Like,
Yeah.
everybody else will take a little longer. That is okay. Look what they did for their age. Yeah. Let's see here. Speaking of Juan Soto, they're like, he's hot. And I'm looking at this thing where it's like, who's hot not? I'm like, that just looks like a Juan Soto stat line. So I don't know. That's just what he is. Okay.
Gosh, Dalton Rushing, pick him up. No, I'm just kidding.
I was like,
he
what?
played tonight. He played tonight. 2 for 4 with a walk, 3 runs. Every time he got on base, he scored. That's just called Dodger baseball, baby.
JT, we have to talk about something here. Sort of the unofficial. There's been 2 mascots, I would say, of this podcast. Daniel Vogelbach, shout out. And then the other one who, for the other reasons, Javi Baez is like the 3rd hottest hitter in baseball right now, according to this. What are we doing, JT? What's happening?
I just go. We talked about it before.
It's blue still. I get it. It's blue. It's still happening though. Like he got even hotter since we last talked about it.
You just have to believe. Don't question it. Like it just ruins the special. Like it's just a fun streak. Like
I thought the streak was going to end, and then I'm like, man, I'm watching him. I'm like, he hit a grand slam. Then he did a walk. I'm like, then he did a what? And I was like, man, we've reached the peak. We're at the top of the mountain. And then I zoomed out, and there's like Everest behind the mountain. I was like, oh, I forgot he could go higher than what he was doing. Because I was like, these don't match the numbers. They don't regress. And he's like, I'll show you, Sean. And then just went more bananas. I'm like, okay, I see you, Javi.
Oh yeah, I mean,
see you.
He's getting very lucky. His average on the season is 309. His expected batting average is 50 points lower.
Yep.
Like his expected slugging is 100 points lower than what he's doing. Like his expected WOBA is right at like 300. So it's just it's a fun streak.
It's the buddy. Well, the point is, I guess it's the buddy who got really drunk in Vegas. And he spent his life savings on his house on 7 on the craps table and hit it. You're like, that's fine. A little bit of luck, but not really. And then he's like, I'm going to hit it again. You're like, don't do that. And then he hit it. And you're like, oh, that's where I was like 2 weeks ago. And then he rolled 7s 2 more times. And I'm like, what? I'm like, at what point do I just say F it? And I'm like, he's good this year. I just like, it made no sense 2 weeks ago. And he's only gotten hotter since the 2 weeks. And I'm like, this is just Javi Baez this year. I've thrown my hands up and we're in the middle of May. I'm like, he's just Javi Baez now. I don't know. I don't know anymore. And the vibes are so good with that team and him.
Oh yeah.
Of anything, I think if anyone's ever going to outproduce those numbers and all the blue on the Savant page, I'm like, it's going to be Javi Baez this year because the fans are behind him because they've been booing him for so long. It is just, the story writes itself. And I'm just like, the guys at the craps table hammered, rolling 4 7s in a row. And I'm just like, don't bet the house again, buddy. But if I'm back here next week and he's hitting more grand slams, I'm like, he hit more 7s.
May will be his best month of the year. Because eventually Javi's going to take all those winnings and he's going to go to roulette and bet it on Green Double Zero.
Green Double Zero,
and
always.
He's going to lose it all.
I mean, May has to be his best. JT, he had 6 home runs last year, and he has 5.
He has 4 this month.
He had 37 RBIs, and he has 30 this year, basically.
Oh, absolutely. He's got 16 RBI this month. We're halfway into May.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's Aaron Judge. That's Aaron Judge level. So, yeah, like, obviously it's going to be his best month when it's Shohei Ohtani and Aaron Judge up here. It's just, I just don't. He's in the last 15 games, he has 20 RBIs. Ohtani is going bananas, and he has 8 more RBIs than Ohtani. I don't even know. Yeah, I guess I owe a temporary sorry, Javi Baez. I was not familiar with your game. Shout out here, but I had to say it because I'm like, he's 53% rostered. I am still not rostering him. I'll let somebody else play that game.
No,
but if I'm against him in fantasy this week, I got to tip my hat because I'm just like, dude, you are still just hot. And I didn't believe it. So
Right. I mean, yeah, I'm looking at his batting order. Like, he's still batting ninth most of the time. Like, writing's on the wall, how the team feels about it. But like, hey, it's bonus. It's
He's playing
all
out of
gravy.
position, batting ninth. Like
Yeah.
none of this makes sense.
He's when he bats ninth, he's got 58 plate appearances. So it's roughly about half on the season.
Yeah.
And he's batting 400 out of the 9 hole with 20 RBI.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
out of the 9, it's not 20 runs because that's different. It's
Yep.
20 RBI
Yep.
and with 16 strikeouts. So I mean, it's just good vibes only right now.
Good vibes only. Shout out.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out. Yeah, let's do some pitchers. I want to see some hottie pitchers.
Oh, I should look up. I have a name because I need saves in a super deep league, and he got dropped really. Okay, so yeah, 7% in ESPN. Jordan Romano.
Oh, okay. Is he? Oh, don't tell me. He's not Toronto anymore.
Right.
Gosh, where did he go? Is he with the? Is he a Yankee?
NL pinstripes. NL though.
Mets?
No. Red pinstripes. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Phillies.
the Phillies. Oh man. Okay.
So, he's coming back. He's kind of sharing duties, I would say. Like, he's probably, based on how his year started, he's probably the lesser. But they wanted him to be closer to start it. But I mean, it's a nice yin yang to Jose Alvarado, who's a lefty. So it's just kind of like,
yeah.
And so he kind of righted the ship. He got off to a really rough start, but since really basically over the last 30 days, kind of got in a groove, and now he has 2 saves within the last week. And so I don't know, just like he's out there, free agent, saves, and I was desperate for saves. All I have is on that team is Raciel Iglesias, and he's just blown save or win only right now.
Yeah.
So anyway, saves can be hard to come by depending on your league. So I thought I'd shout out Romano because he's been a proven track record, and I feel like if Alvarado started off strong, at a certain point, again, streaks, he'll have his little bit of a rough patch, and Romano can right the balance, for saves again.
Yeah. Let me see here. I say Carlos Estevez. Sorry, correct me. I'm always get that Estevez. I always want to. I always mess that up. He needs to be rostered more. I mean, I know he's in the 60s already, but closer for Kansas City. They've been pretty hot, fellas. Just letting you know.
Just saying.
And he's looking pretty nice. So he's getting the job done. He needs to be rostered. He needs to be in the 90s.
How many saves does he have on?
12.
Bringing it back up here.
He's got 12, and he's 60% rostered. And I'm just like,
let's put it in the context that makes sense for saves. I saw this thing and I immediately thought that's a lot of save chances. So Kansas City's starting pitching is like one of the top 3 across all the metrics, and their team batting is one of the bottom 5 across all metrics. I'm like, that's a lot of close games, save opportunities.
You smash Kansas City and the Mariners. Good pitching, bad hitting, close games. Like, tight ball games means saves. There you go.
Yeah, because who has more saves than Estevez? Munoz, Suarez, Finnegan. Yeah, Washington Nationals. The only one that doesn't match that is the Padres.
Yep.
Who have scored over 21.
The Dodgers have a ton of wins, only 9 saves. Why? Blowing out. Like, you need the games to be close. You need nail biters. If you smash too many home runs, you ain't gonna be close. Yeah, Munoz got a little break though the other day with his kept 0 ERA with kind of a questionable hit that got overturned to an error. So little asterisk next to that 0, but it's still crazy to see a 0 at this point. Yeah, I mean, Kyle Finnegan, obviously the same percentages in the mid 60s as Carlos, but One place for Kansas City, one place for Washington. I think Kyle should be higher. He's also looked pretty good. Not, I wouldn't say as good as Carlos has this year. His peripherals haven't been quite as good, but he should still be. He's clearly the closer for Washington. And if you're honestly in today's game, you're the predominant closer. You're going to be the guy. You should probably be in the 80s. And Washington's not like the Rockies or the White Sox. Like they're gonna get opportunities. It should be probably in the 80s. Same with Carlos. It should be in the 80s. Both those guys. So if your league, because clearly there's 40% of leagues about that don't have either of these guys. So maybe there's some saves and again, we're talking tied for second and fourth in the league in saves. Like really teams should really be on that.
Chillo.
Yep.
Okay, so I don't know what it is, but I see AJ Smith-Shawver, and I'm like, I'm not really sure about it. K per inning average on the season, great ERA, solid WHIP. I mean, nothing like stands out where like, oh, I mean, he's more in line for like wins chances. He's not really getting quality starts, not going deep enough, and so I don't know what my hesitation is, but
what's he rostered in?
He's at 55, or no, excuse me, 42.
Okay.
But he's got a huge bump just recently. He got a 32% bump of that. So he's at 10 just before his most recent start was the Nationals. 6 innings, no earned, 6 Ks, 2 walks, 2 hits.
Yeah, I see him 30. Go across the leagues.
Look, if you go and you look at who he's pitched against, I'm like, okay, you're telling me he got to pitch again. He started the season against San Diego before they realized they were San Diego. And then he gets Miami, Tampa Bay, at Colorado. And then he goes Cincinnati, Pitt, Washington. Like, that is easy street. Like,
yeah,
I would expect it. I'm scared if he actually has to face a foe. And I'm like, okay, yeah, who's his next start against? Oh, the Nationals again. I was like, you know what? Like, there's something to be said between like talent and playing to your level. But when your level or your competition has been this, it's just like, well, why not? Might as well try to pick him up and see if he keeps.
And the saying goes, the good teams, the good players should dominate the bad players, and if you're dominating the bad teams, that's what you should be. That is all you can really do.
True, yeah, but when I see how bad Cincinnati's been playing for May, and he goes 8 innings, I mean, give him that, but he only 5 strikeouts, 4 walks. So I was just like, that could have been your best start.
I was looking for some like hot streaks on players, and I was checking out Cincinnati's game the other day. And they were talking about it, and the way they were talking about it, I couldn't understand. And I looked in the last 4 games, and this was a couple weeks. This was like 5 or so days ago. So I was looking back previous. So it was probably like a couple weeks ago. I saw them score 10 runs, 4 hits, like 11 runs, 4 hits. I don't know what Cincinnati is, but I feel like because there's enough talent offensively on the team, but it's just like it is the ultimate. We are hot or we are a cold team, and if you catch them when they're cold, you could be the worst pitcher, and you're gonna have a great day. But if you could be prime Verlander, and you're gonna give up 6 if they're hot, because they're just like they are like super hot. I mean, it was like 10 runs, like we're talking like 14 hits, 6 walks, and to 4 hits, 1 walk. And they did it on alternating days. And I was like, this can't be real. Like, they couldn't have done this. And they're like, no, we did it. Double-digit hits to 4. Double-digit hits, 4. 0. It was like 10 runs, 0 runs. 11 runs, 0 runs. And I was like, I don't know what you are, Cincinnati, man. And usually the streaks are like in a row, but they're just like, no, each day we're flipping the switch. It's a light switch.
Yeah. And
it was, I checked the pictures. It wasn't like there was like Cy Young winners. It was across the board. It honestly, and that's what made me. It was like it didn't matter the pitcher. It was clearly just it was the Reds. They were just like, we're not hitting today, or we are hitting today. And it was over the course. So there's like one was a travel day, one wasn't, but most weren't. So I was like, I don't know. There's no pattern here. So the Reds, man.
Unless don't the Reds platoon pretty.
They do. They have a lot of platoon guys, and we talked about this, and a lot of guys that have multiple positions, and they have some injuries or things not Marte, not being in the lineup sometime. It's just, I feel like they'd be better set to maybe.
Steer Spencer Steer being in the lineup every time.
They just need to kind of pick 9 guys. Not every day. Like some guys, obviously, you need a platoon, but I feel like they take the platoons too far, and it's that maybe that's the hot and cold. Like it's hard to get a rhythm when you're playing. No one's playing. All the guys are playing half the games except for maybe Ailey and a couple other guys. But I'm just like, I feel like every day their lineup is so different, day in and day out. And I'm just like, just pick some guys. Maybe that'll bring you some consistency. But we've talked about them on the podcast. I like a lot of parts of each player that they have on the roster, but at some point, management just needs, like, we need to stick to some starters here. We can't platoon half our lineup every game. So,
okay, let me run this idea by you, because I'm looking at the free agents for the ESPN league. For as many pitchers are available that I just would like, I would pick them up. And this is a deeper league. It's 14 team. It's not like exactly like this in our 12 teams. You think it'd be wise if I just kept like Schwarber and Austin Riley and then like dropped all my other batters and just picked up all these other pitchers that I just wanna, like, that's how sick and deranged in like pro pitching I am in the head. Like, I would rather have like a top 50 pitcher than some random, I don't know what Lars Nootbaar is, but I know he's been playing super well this year. I'd drop him for
just some of these pitchers.
I just want to, because the league is just, it's one win. You just gotta win more.
It doesn't matter really.
Win, and I want to like
home runs only get the win on the pitching side.
I just keep Schwarber and Austin Riley, and then I'm like, I'm gonna literally throw 120 innings at you a week. Beat that.
Yeah, I mean, Chicks Dude did the long ball. I did see that commercial. Like, it's funny you say that. Like 2 days ago, I sent it to our buddy. I'll tell you off. I don't want to shout him out in here in case he doesn't want to be mentioned. But I sent it to him online because I just happened to find it, and we've been sending baseball memes to each other. And so, Chicks dig the long ball, and that's what your team just needs to be: just dudes who hit long balls and pitchers, because that's what the thing's about. So. Yeah. I'm all for it. That commercial is your team. It's just hitting dingers and pitching. That's it.
I mean, my pitching's already pretty OP. I mean, Glasnow and Snell are on my IL,
and they're throwing. So
I mentioned I've got Schwellenbach now, along with Jacob deGrom,
who's not throwing as hard as he can now and looks really good when he does that.
Right. I've got Abbott. I know what he is. As soon as he's kind of gets figured, I mean, he throws 92. I mean, he's
ride it until Snell comes back, anyways. Yeah,
I'm okay with that. But then, like, I got Robbie Ray, and then I've got 4 closers because, like, again, I'm just beefing up on it. Like, I'm like beat me and pitch.
Yep.
I got Bybee, Dustin May, McGill. Gavin Williams was kind of shaky there, but he's starting to turn around. But still on the free agents, I'm like Ronel Blanco. I think he's bounced back. I'd be down to pick him up. I'm like, who do I got from? I don't know. It's like, who else did I see here? David Peterson. I love his mix. I love the extension he gets on it. I like how he gets in pretty deep in the games, for 2025. He's always good for 5 or 6 innings. Like, I'm down with that. I've always been kind of a Peterson. Jackson Jobe, like, I like the stuff. I think he's still trying to figure himself out, and 5 walks against Boston is kind of a tough one to swallow, but like, I feel like he's going to figure it out by the end of the year. And that's Detroit. That's good vibes team. Like, I want some good vibes on my team.
Yeah. I mean, I'll ask you a question here, JT. Merrill Kelly, kind of been hot last 15 games. He's figuring it out again. Right. 40% rostered. I guess let's put it in context. 40% rostered. He's been kind of on a little bit of a.
He has been.
Yeah.
It is.
Over the month, he's got.
He's not walking anyone.
3 wins, but 4 quality starts. 0.8 whip. Last 15 days. So 3 starts. 4 starts, sorry. Did I sort by 30 days? Sorry. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. He can't have started 4 times in 15 days.
He does not walk anyone.
Yep.
And so...
Not a massive strikeout guy, but not a nothing burger.
Well, he he just put up 8 against the
Exactly.
Giants. That's a
Yep.
good offense. He put, I
Followed
mean,
by before 6. Like,
but only 2 against Philly, but against no walks and only 4 hits in 5 minutes. Like that's a
yeah,
great
exactly. Yeah.
start. I mean, he minimizes the risk, and then everything else is just gonna be whatever. Like the only team that really, well, yeah, he had the one bad start against the Yankees in the beginning of April.
Yankees are like just like those Reds. I feel like, man, if you catch them on a bad day, how many times have you read a highlight where it's like the Yankees lead off the game with 3 home runs? I feel like I've read that like 3 times this season. Like, if they're gonna start mashing in the first, you're like, oh man, it's gonna be one of those days. It's just how that's gonna go.
You can't ignore the whip. Like the whip sets the baseline for everything, and
Yeah.
if he's not walking anybody, there's a little more risk to it, but we know Merrill Kelly can get on like a 2-month stretch where it's just like,
I mean,
I'm unconsciously throwing 6 1 earned.
yeah.
Come at me, bro.
Basically, if you remove that crazy Yankee game, he's had a whip of over 1 in 2 starts. 2 starts this season.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
I'd be down
40%
for it.
rostered overall. I think it needs to be higher.
Oh, for sure. I mean, like it's. Would I just click away? Yeah, he's got the Rockies at home. I mean, that's a must stream. That is. If we had online gambling
JT,
here
it doesn't
in
matter where the
Washington,
Rockies are at this point. It doesn't matter if it's home or away at this point.
It's true. It's true. I mean, they're at a worse historical pace than last year's White Sox, which is saying something.
I mean, yes, you'd rather have them on the road. There ain't much better at home. Did you see their numbers on the road this season as of last week? A 521 OPS as a team.
Oh.
Oh. that is less than ideal.
That's kind of tough to do.
We're in the middle of May. That is not good at baseball. That is, for those that don't know, that is that is worse than Miles Mastrobuoni as a baseball team in 2025 on the road.
And half our listeners just said Miles who? And
exactly. That's kind of the point. Kind of the point. A bad utility player on a team that can't hit is better than the Rockies on the road as a team.
As a whole, as an entire team.
Collective, they could not equal that. Yeah. Just context. So wherever you are playing the Rockies, start your pitcher. There is no scary cores effect anymore. Don't care if you're home or I remember on this podcast when we started it, we would always have to think about it's that not that long ago we'd be like, Rockies are at home, we gotta watch out. No, that is gone. Those days are gone right now. It is. Do you see the Rockies on the sheet? Yes. Hit the start button. So that's no bueno. Okay, JT, give me some names. Who we liking? Paul Skeens. I hear that guy's been pretty hot.
Shout out Paul Skeens, Team USA participant for 2026, Captain America, basically.
Just based on the stash.
I think he's just, I don't know, just like something so noble about him.
JT, Paul Skeens, now I'm thinking about it, looking at his face, thinking about him in interviews, he's the kid in like middle school, like 8th grade, who had a beard, right? He's that kid, right?
Yeah, he hit puberty like one of the first. And
he's like the 9-year-old who has puberty said, hello, sir. Like 9. Yeah. And you're like, oh my gosh, that's a man on the mound in like middle school. You know what I mean? Like I'm not even saying like height, but you're just like look at him, you're like, that guy has a mortgage. He's got to get the kids to swim lessons, like just looks like a man.
You showed up as a 6th grader and you thought he was a teacher.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, he's only 2 years older than me. Okay.
Exactly.
Weird.
Exactly. That
just
is
built different.
That's Paul Skeens' face. He's the dad who has to get his kids to t-ball practice, but like is coming off like working the mill, He's like, I got a long day.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I picture him behind a welding mask for a second.
Exactly, and
he's just like
he's 22. Yep, it's perfect.
But yeah,
Captain America. There you go.
I mean, yeah, the Air Force thing, and then he was talking about being somewhat involved with military in some degree whenever his playing career ends. I mean, it just
Yeah.
seems like a really patriotic dude. I tip my hat to him. So it's pretty cool.
Um,
Honestly, I probably kind of named off like Ronel Blanco. I feel like
yep.
37% rostered. He had that bumpy start,
I literally clicked on him and I forgot you said his name. And I was like, oh yeah. Yeah,
but
but yeah.
we talked about if you're gonna play a team and and you're expected to stomp on him, like Cincinnati have recently, 8 innings, 11 Ks, no earned, 1 walk, 2 hits. That is stomping on a team. And so when you can do that, you know that you're doing something right. But honestly, he's pretty much put himself in a position for a quality start almost every time. It's um, just he's getting pulled early. He's only going 5 innings, but otherwise, I mean, like I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if they just want to avoid him a third time through the lineup this early in the year, or keep the pitch count relatively down, just because Astros starting pitching staff has been a little bit suspect, and they want to just make sure they get the full season out of him. But you, if you just let the reins off and give him that one extra inning, those racers look a whole lot better. But even so, a 1.16 whip on the season, like, gonna go up against the Rangers who don't know who they are and they just lost Seager. Like, watch out.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that.
But yeah, I like David Peterson, 18% rostered. I mean, I wouldn't pick him up. He's got the Yankees this weekend. But I definitely consider streaming him more often than not.
Let me see. I'm trying to see who else I really like. Yeah, I like Blanco. I keep I'm like, it's Blanco again. I'm like, yeah, I like Blanco.
Yeah. If you're looking for like a deep stream, I'm seeing a Colin Ray gets the White Sox this weekend, and he's been pitching really solid. I'd keep him stream short leash only.
Yeah.
But it can come in handy. He's got a win, 3 out of his last 4 starts, and no decision in the other one. But I mean, it's just when you got the White Sox on the docket, try to take advantage.
Yeah. All right. I think that's pretty good. Unless you got somebody else, JT.
No, I think I'm pretty well through them all for the most part.
I got a dad bod of the week.
Ooh. Okay, can I give the honorable mention then first?
Yeah, go honorable mention first.
Okay. I have to look up his real name. I have it right here. Moises Ballesteros.
Okay. Moises, love it.
Yeah, he is one of the top prospects for the Cubs. So Ian Happ goes on the IL. They call him up. He is pretty much a DH. Technically, I think he's like catcher outfield or something like that. But he's gonna hit for a little bit, and then whenever they're like, okay, thanks, But listed at 5'8", 215, and I'm thinking he's more like 5'8", 230.
There we go.
He's round.
They eat good in the major league dugouts.
He hits that round ball hard. So I mean, it's just kind of fun. Yeah, he's young guy, lefty hitter. Known nickname. So it's Moises Ballesteros. His nickname is Mo Baller. Kind of
should have led with that one.
yeah, buried the lead there. So anyway, honorable mention, Mo Baller.
There we go. I'm gonna say our guy, Auburn baseball player, Andrew Dutton. Did you see this, JT?
First base coach all year.
First base coach from a D3 school, which was literally shut down. Brigham Southern shut down in 2024. And when they made their dramatic run in the World Series, after they were shut down, he played on that team. Went to Auburn, dual role first base coach, all that stuff. First at bat, dinger. There you go.
Yep, I saw that.
Not a dad, but we'll give it a pass.
There's a video, and they did the whole music.
From Moneyball.
Moneyball style.
Yeah, I saw that too.
That was a really cool video. Yeah.
Yep. There you go. And it was one of those home runs where you knew he hit it when he hit it too. So at least he got to enjoy that. He got his kind of like slow walk up to first base too. So it wasn't a cheapie.
Yeah,
He got
I
all of it.
just I wish they weren't policing college baseball with the celebrations. It was okay, I'll admit, it was getting out of hand, but it's almost like, they've gone too far with it because it needs to kind of balance out course correct. So hopefully by next year it'll be, a happy medium, but that's the
I
moment where I'm like, he's earned it. Like everybody just be cool because
I
that's a
want him to go
moment.
full into it because then that's when you get like the spicy stuff. I want to see like let him taunt, let him do all this other stuff, let him do the crazy celebrations because then that's gonna get the eyeballs to it. I want to see that. Oh, also shout out Dad Pod. Oh gosh, what is her name? The female Barry Bonds. Have you seen that?
Absolutely. Oklahoma.
Yes. What is her name?
Um, I don't know, but she gets walked, and then they have to pitch to her with the
With
bases loaded in the bottom inning, and they go one pitch outside, and then here it comes high and tight, and she
Bree
turns
Ellis.
on it.
Bree Ellis.
She's the current active home run
Yep.
queen of college. She's not
She saw
not all
one strike
time,
in the
but
game. Dinger.
and that was to get it to game 3 for that one. That was game 2. They were down
She averages a
0-1 in the
home run
series.
every 7 at bats.
Whew.
That is just stupid. Like
I saw a softball highlight. It was like Oklahoma, Florida. I want to say like not even like seeing how it played out. You could just tell the
she for his
coaches.
career, JT, she's doing that. This season, she's averaging a home run every 4 at bats.
So won the game.
Little shy, but yeah, basically.
Basically.
Home runs per games played is half basically. Is right now. It says 51%, basically. Yeah.
If you're Oklahoma, you're
She has a
very good.
480 batting average.
Yeah, she's got to be won a game. I bet
her on base percentage is 560 or 650.
Wow. I was gonna say
1800 OPS.
The way they scout or the recruit Oklahoma Midwest girls. They're they just they're built different. They are ballers. Whereas like Florida, they're just like super like almost too lean and like super like cross country kind of style where they would be like super zippy and fast and everything. Oklahoma, it was just like hit ball hard. It was just those girls are eating steak and potatoes.
And Bree is Arkansas.
Well, Arkansas, that's what it is.
Same colors though, like depending on what
bad.
white and red. Yeah,
you're right.
Yep.
My bad. Razorbacks.
It's all good. It's all good.
Oh no, but I know. I'm pretty sure Florida played Oklahoma though. But that's how I get them mixed up. Was the colors, but still, if you're a Midwest college team, that's where you recruit from. Like, there's no need to go anywhere else, right? Whew.
Just man, I just can't get over the almost 1900 OPS. That's what would the WRC plus on that be, JT? 300?
3. I was gonna say 250, but then I stopped. Yeah, search at the 3.
Aaron Judge is at a 2 with like a 12.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Your batting average is almost 500. Yeah.
That's like little league stats when you're like.
She's only 4th in the league in college baseball and batting average, though. Just want that to be said out loud.
Just saying.
But she's like only 7th in RBIs. I'm like, yeah, because she's walked because her on base percentage is almost 700. Like, because they're just not throwing her any pitches. Yeah, so just ridiculous.
Is baseball softball back in the Olympics yet?
I think it is, and did you see they started a professional softball league?
Oh, maybe that's what I saw. Yeah,
it's a good start. It's gonna be like a traveling thing where like teams aren't like associated with a city yet. But man, have you ever watched some college softball? That thing's legit. So we need to get a league where they set up some teams into some cities and get a fan base going because softball's legit.
I think they need to take some. I don't know. Could we spin off Banana Ball? I mean, they just sold out their third
Oh, Banana Balls!
NFL
We watched
stadium.
it as a family on ESPN Plus, and Nolan loved it. Loved Banana Ball.
I mean, I would hate to say like it's almost too gimmicky to take serious. Like you wouldn't.
Yeah.
If you're trying to do a women's softball league, you don't want it that gimmicky. But like, could we just call them the banana splits, and then people just assume that it's? I don't know.
Banana splits. There we go.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, college softball. That's legit. So let them.
Oh
Let's.
gosh, what's the iconic sports science or like how
Oh, Jenny
many?
Finch versus I think it was Mark Reynolds. Remember third baseman Arizona Diamondbacks, right?
And they're like hitting a glass plate to see how much
Yeah.
force, and they're like he throws 95, and like
Oh, it was more
it's
Finch versus Mark Reynolds hitting.
oh
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah.
I was thinking how much force the ball,
Oh yeah, I don't remember that one. I don't
and
remember that
so
one.
they had some Cal State Fullerton guy, if I remember right. He throws 95, and it made 2,800, whatever they're
Yeah.
measuring it. Jenny Finch is up next. First ball breaks the plate, the reinforced glass plate
Yeah.
on the measuring device for this apparatus. She shatters it, and
Yeah.
they're like, Jenny Finch wins because we don't have a backup
Literally
glass
busted.
plate.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I'm happy. But yeah, that's Bree Ellis,
Cool.
Dad, an honorable mention as well, and then we'll go with Dutton from Auburn, and oh man, you said his name, Cubs player,
Mo Baller.
Mo Baller. Yep, there you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah. Oh, good stuff. All right, cool. Well, he's Sean MGT. You can always tweet at us at Fantasy Dad Pods. Find us on Spotify or wherever you're listening to this podcast. Let us know if we can help with any ad drop advice or help setting your lineups. Just reach out. But otherwise, we thank you for joining us. We appreciate you listening. Take care, be well, and until next time, see ya.
See ya.